Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So today I have a pretty big group. We just decided so we could, most everybody has about 30K or a little bit above in their account. So we can, with the PDT rule, 4 times margin, we can trade about 650 shares of AMD this morning. We'll be following the RV strategy, and I'll be going over that again very quickly for those of you that might not know. Please read this disclaimer. This is an entertainment channel. I am not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not recommending that you follow this strategy or anybody else's strategy for that matter without talking to a licensed financial professional and make sure that you really understand. And the best thing is to come up with your own strategy by listening to all kinds of YouTubers and reading all kinds of books and then just coming up with your own deal, which is pretty much what all the traders with me did today. Everybody's just kind of got their own thing. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple things I haven't talked about before, which is prop firms and things that a lot of these traders have been in before. So anyway, make sure you read that. So this is considered to be the perfect 1 minute layout. I did want to talk to you a little bit about the RV strategy. So if you want to learn all about the RV strategy, buy Day Trading Volume 1, which is that book right there. I'll have a link to it. That has every little detail because I keep getting asked. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I keep getting asked over and over about it. And I don't think that'll ever stop, but maybe episodes like this will help a little bit. If you want to trade the open strategy, and I know the $1 Million Margin Club is doing a brand new book, but until then, they have the criteria in this simple logbook on how to find stocks to trade the open. I'll have a link for that. Also, the candlestick pattern book, which I'll be calling out. This is like really the Bible you should get that has all the ratings in it, taken from all the different backtesting and all the different books and experts out there, all in one book, which is amazing. And they just released a sequel to it, which I just made a video about. If you just go back a couple, you can see almost every page of this one, which is basically by the time you read those two books, you're going to know candlestick patterns. Also, I have a link for trading in the zone, which is the best thing to really get your mind in the game, especially if you're having difficulty. And then best loser wins, which is sort of counterintuitive because a lot of the lessons that he teaches are against pattern, technical analysis pattern, learning those. And he has a different strategy, but they're all very viable strategies, all very respected writers, as you know, those writers in the $1 Million Margin Club. So besides just watching videos and learning, and also learn from your platform and your broker, right? So this is Thinkorswim, and this has an amazing support system. If you go to the help under this, tons of videos to help use this platform, tons of different things that they offer you to do with your money, of course, if you like to spend your money. So those are just ways to kind of get into it step by step. Today, I'll be showing you a demonstration video with other people trading along with me, kind of a thing that we've been trading. So it's almost been a year now since last March where the RV strategy took off. It was recognized by AI as one of the top 5 strategies out there to trade. So we really doubled down on it. And it's amazing the results people have been getting. Excuse me. So in this perfect 1 minute layer, you have a 1 minute chart. Now I'll explain all the spaghetti in a minute and how it is very helpful. The scalpers indicator, which you can get for free here. Okay. I just gave the rights for the $1 Million Margin Club to offer this as well. Don't forget to go to their channel, $1,000,000-Margin Club. And that's kind of a spin-off, like originally was part of that, but now it's an actual LLC, a corporation to a publisher. So it is different than trading with entertainment videos. Some people think that it's the same. It is not the same as Day Trading for Success. They're two different messages for sure that they're putting out, but both really help you. And I know this week they're launching their new short 60-second videos, which are going to be about that book, the candlestick pattern playbook. I'm holding this up because there seems to be some confusion about which books, no matter how many times I say it. They're going to be doing shorts based on all those patterns. So like 60-second, like I was looking at some of them, like if it stops, like what is this pattern and which direction you think it will go. And then you have to guess. You have a few seconds to guess, and it starts up again. And then actual trade is taken, so you can see how much money is taken, how much money they were making. They were doing it on NVIDIA, and I was suggesting that maybe from the feedback I get here, go to a cheaper stock as well. So I know they're going to be doing that. So anyway, that's really cool. All free stuff over there, as well as book reviews. They'll be doing book reviews and all these different authors trying to go page by page as much as they can without getting into trouble and getting sued by the authors, but page by page about what these books have to offer. And, it's really good to get a narration, whether it be AI or not AI voice or whatever it is that they're going to end up using overall. It is going to be all this detailed information about all these books and then all these different strategies. And I know, last thing I'll say, I know this week I'm going to be putting out a couple of the videos to help them, because I know that they launched a 60-second about what they're offering, that you can actually get your name in the upcoming books. I know they're working on the open strategy book. I'm really excited about that coming out. There's a 60-second video that if you want to join the $1 Million Margin Club, it's like kind of your first step to getting in the door over there. You can actually help them edit their books just with any ideas. You don't actually have to give an idea. You just have to give a review to get in the book and have your name in as a contributor. And that's pretty good, because it stands for all time. I mean, what have you got to lose? If you've already bought the book, you really have nothing to lose, because you can just give a review on a book you've already bought. And they're not asking you to lie or anything. They just want reviews. So it's kind of cool, like a supportive, collaborative team that they're putting together, like we put together here on Day Trading for Success. So anyway, let me go over the setup a little bit. I'm sorry for those that have heard it a billion times. This is a day chart that I had minimized. Basically, I look at the close from the previous day, which is under my picture. It says $176.52. And then I look at the ATR down here. So if I go back over that candle, you'll see it's just over $8. You divide that in two, and you get roughly a $4.01. And you subtract that from the close, and you set your ATR low. That's red line right there. And you add it from the close to get your ATR high. So the close is at the bottom of that candle. So as you can kind of see, if you look in the bottom of that candle, these two lines, really, it's right in between these two lines. So you've got the mean center of that $8 right there. This is a range-bound strategy. So you got your first range right there. So now you know that you're planning for this large cap, $25 billion minimum market cap, $1 billion minimum float. You're counting on that to move sideways within a certain range so that you have some security and safety in going in and out of trades. And that's what it's based about, is a beginner's strategy as well as a professional strategy. Now you want to have more help. So you set up pivot lines, and you'll see that I've gone back as much as 20 days on this, although the book says go back 10 days. Sometimes I do go back further if the channels aren't tight enough, because there's also in that book how you make your day trading plan, and you really want to see what channel size you're trading, because they recommend that you figure out your share size based on the channel so that you have the strength, should I call it, to stay in the move within the channel. When it breaks out of the channel, that's kind of letting you know, like, oops, file your day trading plan for max loss per trade, max loss per day. But somewhere in there, you probably want to get out because it's not going the way you said. But these are based on pivot lines before they make channels. And that's basically where the stock has turned around. Usually if it's not picked up right here, you look across the screen, you'll see that I picked it up over here. But pretty much I mark every wick and body within reason on a 4-hour chart. And why a 4-hour chart and not a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour? They have a strategy in the book to do that. You can definitely do that. But if there's enough 4 hours, that is the stronger pivot lines, theoretically, because you're taking all those other time frames into account and finding a mean average over 4 hours rather than 5 minutes or 15 minutes or half hour, 30 minutes, or 1 hour or so forth. So these are pivot lines. They're marked and they make channels. And there they are now. When you're trading on a 1-minute chart, they're not really in the way. So, you can kind of see, and they're going to give you extra backbone to come in and out of positions. And you can see, if you just look how they're respected here. Look at this from many, many, many days ago. Look at how they're hitting it. And then throughout the day, you just see how that might help you. Also, you do Fibonacci. We don't have much time, guys. We'll be trading in just about 3 minutes. You set your Fibonacci levels here. Always left to right, low to high over a 2-day period. This is over a 10-day period. So low to high over a 10-day period, and that's going to give you more support and resistance in here. You can see these are your fib levels up here. And then you also do it for a 2-day, 5-minute 2-day. And there it is right there. I don't have to go back. So there's low to high there. And now these pink lines are for that. And they're going to give us more support and resistance lines that we may be able to trust. You can see here, right where the 4-hour was, this fib was trusted. Right here, backed right off of it. So it is definitely ways to go. So I'll be calling the ball for everybody, but they take their own trades. So we're starting with the most that people could afford. As you can see, I've done a little tiny practice trade in there with everybody. And I'll be looking at chart alignment, although it doesn't look like it's hard to do it. I'll be looking at my 15-minute chart, my 5-minute chart. I'll be looking at level 2, even though this is large cap. I'll be looking at it a little bit. No problem. This is multiplied by 100 and lots of hidden buyers and sellers you do not see and hear. So you have no trouble with 650 shares getting filled on a large cap stock with very little to no slippage. And then I'll be watching the scalping indicator, which is a big deal. And this is free on the channel. That was a little too far in. Sorry guys, I'm not ready for this quite yet. And there's also the volume profile in here. I was trying to get this to be bigger, but I guess I'll do it this way. You should expect a surge right around a half hour after the market opens, and that's when we start trading. There's a little surge usually in the same direction of what's been happening, which right now is kind of a downward trend. But with this volume profile set for intraday, and there are videos that show you how to do that, you need to look at these arrows. You need to look at this point of control. You need to think about this because this is here and now action. See how it's grinding around the point of control? So you need to look at this. It's very important in here, as well as the support and resistance lines, the 20 moving average, 9 moving average EMAs here. The VWAP is up here. We're below VWAP. So patterns aren't quite as well respected, and you're looking at patterns. We have roughly about 1 minute, guys, assuming that everybody is ready. So like I said, I'll be calling out what I'm going to do for people, but they take their own trades. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is just for entertainment. Do not try to copy this. Do your own studying and with your own professionals that you trust, And I recommend that with anybody you watch online. Guys, let's face it, everybody has other motives. So you need to protect yourself and be careful. So right now, it seems like it's all but dead, gone dead, this volume, guys, with about 30 seconds to go. I'm kind of watching this to see which way it's going to swing. On the open, I bet it goes down, not the open, the half hour after open, which is 10 o'clock in the New York Stock Exchange. So let's see, we have roughly about 10 seconds. I might not go instantly in, guys. So now you're looking for the whole dollar amounts. You're looking for fib support. You're looking for this support if it starts to go down. If it starts to go up, you're looking for it to break down after 176 maybe. 176. Okay, starting to go down toward that fib. We just opened. It's 10 seconds after. I'll be trading market. We're looking at the 175. I'm going to go ahead and grab it right there at that fib, guys. I got it at 175.05. 175.05. I am long at 175.05. Yep. I'm going long. I'm now it could go down here. So you talk about a trading plan. If it were to break through here and break through this low that is right here, I would definitely think about it reversing immediately and going the direction that it's. I don't know what to do. I want to just do this as a white line. So you'll see me mark these out sometimes throughout the day where the stock has turned around before. This one wasn't picked up by one of those levels, but it was right at the volume of the bottom of the volume profile. So now let's take a look at these things. So this was starting to go up. It definitely made a spinning top, but it wasn't really a spinning top you should respect because that is not a trend yet. Instead, you respect this rickshaw man. This is a hangman telling you that it's going to go down. They did go down. That's enough to show a small trend. Now remember, this is a 1 minute chart, okay? So you're looking for alignment and you look at the bigger picture. 15 is still showing you going down. 5 is still showing it going down. So I'm not 100% sure of this position, but I'm not going to, learning trading AMD, I don't do a lot of tiny trades like you might see me do with NVIDIA. Like I don't know if you call them tiny, just in and out fast. Basically because of the swings can be $1, $2, $3 within a split second. So we have a little bit of safety here with NVIDIA. So let's see if it. I see a couple of you are short, so we'll see what happens there. Let's see if it's going to reverse off this, because this is highly likely that these 4 hours, see how it hasn't been able to get by, and we are pulling further away from the point of control. Do you see this coming in? Now, if this pulls the point of control up, if all this action pulls up, so they're saying most of the volume, most of these sales are going up here, that's a boost to get that to go up. So now I'm looking to reverse off the fib. Let's see if this pulls it up, because if it pulls this up, then the point of control up, then that's more of it to maybe break higher here. So this is definitely, it's kind of been doing this roller coastery thing right here. So let's see if it just comes right back down and I got to get my profit quickly, or if it keeps breaking through there. So I would have to say that somewhere down in here is where I'd probably look to get out. I'm not going to react real fast. There it comes down. So breaking, usually if it breaks through and then back through, the book will tell you that's when but it didn't break all. It did for a split second, but I wanted to see it do that before I reversed, and it's not doing that. So it's continuing to go up, and it did break. It has the 176, the even dollar, as also another support. And let's just see, it keeps pushing down off this though. So it's like, let's call that 176.25, like the quarter dollar. Always round to where the closest, the 50-cent, quarter dollar, or the dollar. Typically $0.50, $1, but since there is a line there, it kind of respected it. Not a lot though. Now, these 4-hour pivot points that create channels, you respect them until you don't. And that sounds silly, right? But you don't know 100%. You know that probably over 50% they're going to be respected, probably 60, 70%, maybe higher, 80%. These are things that end up getting respected for a short period of time. It's where the stock turned around, paused. A lot of action happened over a 4-hour period, mean average on a previous day, meaning some people are still in that position, watching that position, have alarms for that position, and they're making their moves right then. So that's why it makes sense to mark them. So you don't know if it's enough to actually change the direction or can, propel the direction, but it's certainly worth keeping an eye on. So there it goes, guys. It just broke that fib for a split second. And let's see if this pushes it back down. I didn't see the point of control go up. If I did, unless I missed it. No, it looks like this volume dropped off and got thicker down here, which might mean it's going to pull it down. So I'm thinking this move is getting closer to its end. But let's see. That's a pretty big move up, but you had sort of a hangman / spinning top there. Wow. Okay. This is a good trade, and I don't want to lose the money off this trade. Wow. Is it going to break that 4-hour too? Okay, that's not a good sound, even though that's a shadow wick. That usually is letting you know the strength of this turnaround symbol here, which is sort of a hangman. But let's see. God, nope. No, indeed not. It is continuing to go up. So let's see if we can break the 177. Look for the 177 as a possible reverse. There it goes. I'm going to profit there, guys. I'm going to take my profit and just get ready to reverse again. You know how I do that? So I'm going to look to, I got at 177.08, which is above that 4-hour. And, we had a little tap here too. So let's see if I've got a reverse there, and I just will. And if I have to reverse, I'll reverse. So, and I might just take a little scalp. I'm going to take a little scalp there and go long again. Try to capture that little scalp. I didn't get much slippage on the last one, so that made me feel good about doing that. Let's see if that can go back up. See if it breaks through that 177 again. It did. 705. I'll take it again. Now, I don't have as good as position, but I made like $150, I think, just messing around. I can lose that in a split second. So, if this thing shoots up, but I like to break a bigger cushion on this turnaround if that's what's going to happen here. So it's the other thing I didn't call out, guys, that is the VWAPs here, right? So this is another reason why it might turn around. So you had this 4 hour, you had this VWAP. You did not see the strength here, really. You know, from the overall volume, this dropped a little on the scalpers indicator. And right now you can see how the sellers are so strong on this next candle that it doesn't seem like I made a mistake, but you know, I don't know. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab that for a push back up. So that's very dangerous as it goes down. I'm trying to scalp these little scalps, hoping that it's going to do a little bit of movement and maybe go up strong again or before it breaks back down. So I banked it, but yeah, there's a little risk there for sure. So I've got it 176.86 right now. I'm looking for it to break 177 again. Let's see if it does. There it goes. I'm going to take that. So I took a little bit of more of a profit right there. So I'm doing some little scalping. I said I was going to do it, but this just looks like a perfect setup for it. Now, what we have here is a spinning top that made. So now there's a lot of people that read that and say, that's a reversal sign, right? So not only do we have the VWAP that it's banging against, this 4 hour that seems to be being respected from whatever level that was drawn, 4 hour, but forever, how many days back ago. And now it's going to do this whole thing again. So now let's just see. Now, because of that spinning top and another spinning top, it's less and less likely it's going to recover because of what other people see. They see the indecision here. So it's kind of almost creating a flat top with the bodies. So it could be a flat top breakdown or flat top break off out. To me, I'm going to want to see it break through here. I've got it at 177 before I would panic. So now it's confirming that it's going down. So now I've got a good trade going down. Now, this could be support to bounce it back up, but look at how it could retrace, guys, all the way. So, or maybe I'm kind of looking at that fib as a possibility. So let's see. Everybody's green, which is good to see. There's a couple hiccups there. There's a couple people just $700, but that's $700, right? So, okay, so it's at the fib now. So this is what the market maker gives me, right here. So that's what I got to look at. The level 2 is going to split between the two, but AMD never has a big spread. Wow, it's really good for me. So look at the 176 again. This is a good trade. It's going down. So let's see if it breaks this 4 hour now. And then we'll see if it gets to the 176. There's a big gap here to suck it down. The point of control, I mean, the volume has sort of dropped a bit, so we're not getting any help from the point of control or the volume profile, very, very little. So now we are using the patterns, the scalpers indicator, which is very strong going down. So guys, there is the scalper indicator, people have been having trouble with it. I've got a lot of emails about it. So I hope I've realized what the problem is. There has to be a different scalpers indicator for Schwab as there is for Thinkorswim. So everybody's seen if it's just people making mistakes right now. I'm having my people check to see if it loads up into Thinkorswim and Schwab. But what I just heard earlier today, early this morning, was that maybe it's because Schwab needs a different script. So by the time you get this video, there will be both scripts. If that's the idea, you will have both scripts in this video for. And I know some people get it to work, and this is the thing that's weird, right? Some people have got it to work in Schwab, so we disregarded that as an issue. But now they're thinking that not everybody gets it to work. So we're just going to do one for both. So you'll have two scripts for this, one for Schwab and one for Thinkorswim. Pretty soon there'll only be Schwab. Whoa. Remember, guys, I'm not selling anything. There's no courses here. That script is free. All this entertainment's for free. Take it or leave it. And hopefully you get something out of it. Hopefully you could, it improves you so that maybe you can make $100 a day or $200 a day or $300 a day. And then after this trade, I'm going to look at 176 to turn around. I'm going to turn around right there. What did I get at 93? And I banked over 2K. So I got at 175.93. So I'm hoping the point of control is going to kick it back up. I saw this starting to come in over here at the same time. So, but sellers are going up here, but overall they dropped. So again, it's just an educated guess, and you've seen it go so wrong for me. But I do like AMD for this kind of this type of trading, that you're not going to make $10,000, but you might make $5,000, and with this level of share size. And there's a lot of safety in here as long as you just don't keep going. I know it's going to turn around. I know it's going to turn around. You got to get out. You got to take a hit and then ride it the other way. And then maybe you take a hit that way, and maybe even take a hit 3 times. And that's usually when I stop. But it depends on how big a hits I get. If they're $20 and not $300, $400, $500, or $1,000. By the way, I have a $1,000 max loss per trade. I do not think that will ever happen the way this action is going right here. So let's see if it bounces off this, and I will take it to go down. I was going to talk to you a little bit about prop firms, because I know people have been emailing about how those work and all that. So a lot of the traders in the $1 Million Market Club have been in or involved in trading with people who fund them, and sometimes called prop firms. And people were wondering, how do they get into such a thing? How does that work? Right now I'm getting slightly distracted here. It's going off that. I'm going to reverse on that 60. It's banking off here. So let me see, because I banked a little bit of money there. So let me just draw a line here. So usually to get into a prop firm, first off, you got to be really careful. And I am not abdicating to do this. I'm just going to answer the question based on my limited knowledge. It's not too limited, but wow, it is not letting me. It will not let me draw a line here. Interesting. I was going to mark a line there, but I can't do it, so to heck with it. Mostly to show you guys. I'm looking at this level too, 76. This has got a lot of taps across here, so right about 170. Well, it's really close to the even dollar amount, but 176.10 maybe. Yeah, okay, so it stopped there twice, so. No. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so did you see me take a hit there? I took a hit there on purpose. Yeah, and that's a good thing I did, because it was going to get worse and worse and worse. So we're looking at the fib. I'm looking for a turnaround at the 20. I'm going to try to get that back with some quick scalps. Whenever I miss something, I try to get it back. You'll see me go back and forth here a few times depending on the action. I might have just done that a little too quick, which is sort of emotional trading. See, because look what it did, 122. That would be one of my biggest loss today so far. I was I got distracted. I should not have taken that trade up. I'm annoyed at myself. I honestly thought I was going the other direction. That's just a rookie mistake. And then I instantly saw that I was going the wrong way in the trade. So yeah, I do it all the time. I mean, believe it or not, it never gets old, never ends for any of us. We just make mistakes. And you just have to adapt quickly for that. Read Trading in the Zone. That'll help you with that. Mark Douglas. Yeah, great book by Mark Douglas. There's a lot of great authors in the show more information with links to get to their books if you want. There's a lot of that authors I believe in that I highly recommend you read all those books. Maybe not all the log books. There's links to logs books that, depending if you do Forex or futures or options, they have specific log books put out by the $1 Million Margin Club that have traders that have been in worldwide competitions, their strategies included in the logbooks for that specific genre of trading, which is kind of cool because they're only like $12 books. So interesting pattern here. I'm not, this is not a bull tweezer. This was a bear tweezer, but it turned around on this 4. I don't really have a definitive churning pattern other than this seems to be the channel from here to here more than the fib channel from here to here or here to here. It seems like it's here and a little bit beyond, like I'd like to mark it right there, but it's not letting me. The platform sometimes messes up, gets stuck, and then it's not worth me taking the time. Okay, so I'm going to look to bank off this VWAP like before. And see if it breaks down. I mean, if it breaks down here, I'm reversing. Okay, so I'm going to look to see if it hits off that and then breaks down, and then I'll reverse for the move down. But let's see if it has enough strength. I mean, really, the buyers went up on that last volume. Overall, it went down from the sellers. They're winning out right now, though. Oh, now it's like even money. But it broke the VWAP. It kind of determines on what this is going to do on this volume right here. So it looks like it's going up. It is going up. So this is, now we look at 177 as a possible reversal. That's a great trade, $400. We're looking for 177. There it was. There it was. It broke it. How strong is it going to break it? Getting ready to turn around here, guys. It seems like it's fading. I'm going to look for a bounce up off of the 177, maybe 177.06. No, look at that. Look at that. No way, man. Look at that. Don't get out. Did you see how high that? Wow. That is saying to keep in, and there it goes. So, yeah, I was going to reverse on that, but now I'm looking for the next one to see. So we haven't been up here in a while since the beginning of the morning here. So, so let's follow this move up because it's stair-stepping up in volume. The buyers go up, and the buyers are continuing to win out here. So get that scalpers indicator, guys. It really helps when from making a bad decision. All it's really doing is showing you the same information in a different way. There's no mystical, that pattern, that indicator shows you something that you can't see. You can see it. You can see it in the level 2. You might be able to see it just as fast in the candlesticks or in a regular volume indicator. So it's not mystical, but many traders find this way easier to follow is all that it really is. So basically you have the level 2 that is the fastest. This is before the transaction takes place. Then you have the ticker, which normally I have off to the right if I'm trading momentum. And then that'll show you what transactions happened. And then once that happens, then it makes a candlestick pattern on a chart, and then the histogram is made at split second at the same time. All that reconciles in a split second. So, yeah, it looks like it's slowing down. Let's see. It's still at 98. 100% buyers. 100% buyers. I'm looking for this thing to turn around, but it is not wanting to turn around here. Again, look at this. It's still an upward move. So let's see. Every time it goes through one of these, you have to look at it like it's being shackled, So that's, there we go. It's you know what? It's telling me it's bumping off that a little bit, and these went up a little bit, so I'm going to bank that mostly so that I don't get hit in a big $300 down. And the way it was going up was pretty steady and slow. I feel I can manage my wrong position better and get this banked. And if you know the way I trade, I like to stay in position. So I don't sit and have, decision freeze. Like I don't know. Also, it helps me not have decision fatigue because I'm making one decision rather than two, like buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy or sell and wait for the perfect setup, and then get back in, no, I'm just going to get in and manage it, go back and forth. That's just the way I trade over many, many years. And, recently more this year, I really got back into doing it that way since I'm not using sell and buy the bid and sell the ask. So mostly for you guys and mostly for when we trade, we're not getting partials so that people aren't getting FOMO, and it's always the same share size for everybody, and it's just easier to follow. So we're looking at 177 for a possible turnaround again, at a lot of respect right here. Oh yeah, okay, yep. I'm getting prompted to talk about the prop thing that I never finished. So typically, if you have a proven strategy, there's a whole big applications you can fill out to get into a prop thing, and most of them want to see some sort of proof that you've got a strategy that works. Some will accept sim proof. They will, but usually those are going to be a lower percentage, and you can get aced out pretty quickly. So how does it work? They're gonna fund you the money to trade with them, and you get to keep a certain percentage of it. It's that simple. It ranges anywhere from 30 to 60%, depending on how good you are. I've seen it lower than that, and I've seen it higher than that. And some of them, you got to read the little fine print when you sign the thing. So they're charging you for the seat you sit in. You're renting it. There's all kinds of different, I don't know what to call them, but the add-ons that can take your percentage right down that they charge you for. Because after all, you're using their equipment. Now, that's it too. Like some prop firms will let you trade from where you are. They don't like to do that. They want you to commute into where they have it. And hence, somebody like the professor, who's a quarterback, calls for a group of traders what they see, especially when there's one particular stock moving and every prop trader's jumping on that. Now, why that doesn't happen a real lot is because they all have their different types of strategies. So, but that's basically that's basically what it is. And, you usually get a mentor or a quarterback, like what I say I do here as the professor here. So you're usually getting somebody helping you. This is why you should take this trade. This is why you should get out of this trade. And they may just focus on you, or they may be focusing on 6 or 8 traders. Normally, you're not having a room more than like 15, from what I witnessed. But there are bigger sweat rooms of these people that do this. And then a lot of people do it from home, and a lot of people that, as you get a higher percentage rating of accuracy, then they let you trade wherever you want to trade. So, everybody's different. So don't, I'm not, you need to look into it. But there are also amazing amount of crooked, crappy ones. And I don't like to go negative into anything, but you just need to be careful. It's legit. And when you're actually doing real live trading and you're actually paying rent to use their equipment and seat and everything, and the so-called you get to keep this percentage, if it turns out to be you're like a migrant farmer and you're never getting paid, you never get any money because they charge you so much. You just got to be really careful. And you have to know how to trade, right? You better know how to trade. So I'm getting ready to reverse down here in these 4 hours. You see this action coming in, guys. It's going to pull the point of control up. That's now the 4th time it's tapped down there without breaking through. 67, there it went. I'm going to grab it right there. So I tried to get it at 63. I got it at 62. So I went back long at 176.62. I banked over 4K. And I don't have a lot longer to trade, guys. So I am trying to get to 5K with 650 shares, which ain't easy, so to speak. Pardon my English, but so let's see if this bounces back. Now this is a bull tweezer, which is telling people this is going to keep going up. So, and look at this come in here. So this is about to pop up. Your point of control is going to give it a boost if this continues to be strong. This is showing you what already happened, but we get to see it now. And that gives us some confidence in holding on to this move. So that was one spot. As I was talking, I was thinking of reversing right there, but it blew right through it. So I'm kind of glad I was preoccupied because I might have reversed right there. So let's see. That's going to go up to the next one. So it's just going to suck it up to the next resistance line, or not. It might break off at any moment. So here it goes, 47, 49. I'm going to go right there. What did I get it at? 177.50. So at the $0.50, I'm betting, and I broke 5K, that it's going to turn around. So it could go right up here. It's only 16 cents. So I'm willing to take that chance. If it broke through that, though, you're gonna see me reverse and go for it to maybe ride it up to the fib. Just telling you how my mind's working. I'm going off this tweezer move, which should be the length of this upward. It already did it. So now the people that believed in that pattern, learn your patterns, guys. They're saying, okay, the pattern played out. Now where are we? Well, we're hitting against the resistance line here. So if they marked it properly, if they're playing a range-bound strategy or the RV strategy specifically, they have this marked. So a lot of people trade the RV strategy or a range-bound strategy. Wow. Okay. So now I'm going to be able to keep my 5K, which is what I was hoping. I didn't make a bad move there. So you guys well, no, I'm in the lead, which is good. Oh, no, you're right there too. Okay, so we got 2 of us over 5. Very tempted to reverse there, guys. I'm looking at bouncing off that 177. See if it hits it again. Going to reverse at that 177. Man, it doesn't. I think it's gonna go right back up here. No, it isn't. Wow, it broke down. 177. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. I almost pushed. That was close. So now it's at the VWAP. So let's watch it at the VWAP. Broke right through it. It's up to the point of control. I see the point of control pulled up. I didn't see that happen, but it's much higher here. It used to be down here, right? So that's much higher. That might give it a boost back up. Guys, I'm just going to cover here and get out and count my blessings when this move is over. So either right there. Oh my God, it keeps going. Somewhere right here. It looks like it's done. Yeah, I'm going to take that. So we'll call that it looks like it's going to grind back up here. So, all right, guys, hopefully you like what you see. Remember to subscribe. I don't say that enough, and give us a thumbs up if you liked it. So this is the potential of something that could happen if everything went right for you, if you marked out your chart right, an entertaining demonstration of how this could work within this strategy with reading all these patterns, having the scalpers indicator, setting up the perfect 1 minute layout, which is available, many links. And I'm going to link the double swab to this. I'm not sure, the swab and the TD Ameritrade, 2 different links to this. So you have both of them. Yeah, that's it, guys. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Stay green out there.